The anime introduces us to the Council of Valhalla, where the gods have assembled after 1,000 years to discuss the fate of humanity. The gods believe that humans are irredeemable and should be annihilated, considering their flawed nature. However, Brunhilde, the leader of the Valkyries, vehemently opposes this decision and proposes an alternative course of action. Brunhilde suggests that the gods demonstrate their mercy and power by giving humanity a chance to prove themselves. She proposes Ragnarok, an extraordinary competition in which 13 gods and 13 humans will engage in one-on-one battles to the death. The first side to achieve 7 victories will be declared the winner, and if humanity emerges triumphant, they will be spared for another 1,000 years. Despite initial resistance from the gods, Brunhilde's passionate plea convinces them to agree to her proposition. Thus, the stage is set for Ragnarok, a momentous event that will determine the fate of humanity. In the inaugural battle, the gods select Thor, the strongest Norse god and the god of thunder, as their first representative. On the other hand, the humans choose Lubu, the most powerful hero in Chinese history, to stand as their champion. Both Thor and Lubu are formidable opponents, known for their incredible strength and prowess in combat. The battle commences with Thor and Lubu unleashing their full might upon each other. Sparks fly as the two combatants clash, displaying their extraordinary abilities and overwhelming power. Thor harnesses the force of lightning and wields his mighty hammer, Mjolnir, while Lubu exhibits his unmatched martial prowess and agility. As the battle intensifies, the earth trembles under their fierce blows, and the onlookers are astounded by the overwhelming display of power. The clash between gods and humans captivates the audience, as they witness the sheer magnitude of the conflict that will determine humanity's fate. The battle between Lubu, the human representative, and Thor, the god of thunder, continues to unfold. The gods are taken aback as Lubu forces Thor to fight him seriously, defying their expectations. As the fight rages on, the gods begin to reminisce about Thor's legendary accomplishments, highlighting his remarkable feats throughout Norse mythology. Meanwhile, details of Lubu's past are unveiled, shedding light on his character and motivations. It is revealed that contrary to the official story, Lubu chose to surrender to his enemies after realizing that there was no one else strong enough to offer him a worthy challenge. This revelation adds depth to Lubu's character and highlights his longing for a formidable opponent. During the intense battle, Lubu's weapon manages to deflect Thor's mighty hammer, Mjolnir. This unexpected turn surprises both the gods and the spectators. It becomes evident that Lubu is not only an exceptional warrior, but is also equipped with a divine weapon of his own. The gods realize that Lubu possesses an extraordinary power that matches the might of the gods themselves. Simultaneously, Brunhilde, the leader of the Valkyries, takes action to aid humanity in the Ragnarok battles. She gathers the 13 Valkyries, warrior maidens entrusted with the task of choosing fallen warriors to enter Valhalla to assist the humans in their fight against the gods. Brunhilde's determination to tip the scales in humanity's favor demonstrates her unwavering belief in their potential to triumph. Before the commencement of Ragnarok, Brunhilde reaches out to the fourth sister, Ragnarok, and tasks her with a crucial mission. Ragnarok is instructed to transform into a sacred weapon, lending her power to Lubu. This revelation highlights Brunhilde's determination to stack the odds in humanity's favor, demonstrating her resourcefulness and strategic thinking. As the battle unfolds, Lubu manages to inflict further injuries upon Thor, proving his resilience and skill as a warrior. This turn of events surprises both the gods and the audience, highlighting the immense power possessed by Lubu. Zeus, observing the proceedings, confirms that the Valkyries are indeed rebelling against the gods by aiding the humans. Instead of being alarmed, Zeus welcomes the challenge, relishing the excitement it brings to the Ragnarok competition. Meanwhile, Brunhilde receives important information about the full list of participants in Ragnarok, gaining insight into the formidable opponents humanity must face. Armed with this knowledge, she formulates her strategy and plans to support the human fighters in their quest for victory. In a climactic moment, Thor removes his restraints, unleashing the full extent of his godly powers. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation as Thor readies himself to deliver the final blow to Lubu. The enormity of Thor's unleashed might pose a grave threat to humanity, heightening the tension and uncertainty surrounding the outcome of the battle. With the gods left astonished by Lubu's formidable strength, and Brunhilde marshalling her Valkyrie forces, the stakes of the Ragnarok battles escalate even further. The clash between Thor and Lubu showcases the extraordinary power and determination of both combatants, captivating the audience and fueling their anticipation for the outcome of the battle. As the battle reaches its climax, Lubu finds himself on the receiving end of Thor's formidable assault. The sheer force of Thor's attack causes Lubu's legs to shatter, rendering him unable to continue the fight. However, just as it seems that all hope is lost for Lubu, his loyal steed, Redhair, makes a timely appearance to support him in his dire moment. Despite the arrival of Redhair, the fight takes a decisive turn when Lubu's weapon shatters under the overwhelming might of Thor's blows. With his weapon broken, Lubu is left defenseless and vulnerable against Thor's relentless onslaught. Furthermore, Rangris, who had transformed into a sacred weapon to aid Lubu, returns to her normal form, signaling the end of her assistance. The loss of Rangris's power further diminishes Lubu's chances of turning the tide in his favor. Acknowledging his defeat, Lubu finds solace in the fact that he has finally encountered a worthy opponent and experienced a battle of epic proportions. In a final, devastating move, Thor delivers a fatal blow by beheading Lubu with his hammer, Mjolnir. With this decisive act, Thor secures the first victory for the gods in the Ragnarok competition, marking a significant turning point in the battle between gods and humans. Following Lubu's death, his loyal army, led by Chengong and Redhair, launches a valiant charge toward Thor. In a surprising display of respect for his fallen opponent, Thor chooses not to strike them down, allowing Lubu's soldiers to pass through unharmed. This act of mercy showcases the impact of Lubu's fighting spirit and the reverence he has earned, even in defeat. In the meantime, Gaul, the youngest of the Valkyries, seeks solace and understanding from Brunhilde, the leader of the Valkyries. Gaul learns a grim truth: the souls of both Lubu and Rangris, who had transformed into a weapon for Lubu, have been destroyed, making their revival impossible. Gaul expresses her anger and disappointment at Brunhilde's seemingly indifferent attitude toward their fallen sister's fate. In a heated exchange, Brunhilde defends her approach, emphasizing the necessity of their unwavering resolve in order to challenge and defeat the gods. Despite the emotional turmoil within the Valkyrie ranks, Brunhilde proceeds with selecting the human representative for the second match of Ragnarok. She surprises everyone by choosing Adam, the father of all mankind, to stand against the gods. However, the anticipated opponent, Shiva, the strongest Hindu god, is replaced by Zeus, the king of the gods. This unexpected turn of events catches Brunhilde off guard, leaving her surprised by Zeus's intervention and his decision to assume Shiva's place as Adam's opponent. Brunhilde's reaction hints at potential complications arising from Zeus's involvement, setting the stage for a highly anticipated clash between Adam and the king of the gods.